are social people. We're social. Everybody wants to appear to the next Muslim that he's a good Muslim. Sometimes a brother walk in the masjid and tell you about all the bad he did for all your he see all you didn't have nothing up on prayers and stuff. I don't know why you tell me for, but I really don't care. I want you to be up on your prayers. But I'm not the one you pray to. And I can't give you anything for your prayers. I can't give you anything for your sadaqat. I can't reward none of you for anything except to say Jazakallahu khairan. May Allah, Yazidukum Allah, Yafidukum Allah. That's all. Everything has to be for Allah. When you run into difficulty and when you run into confusion with respect to Islam, your religion, the thing that removes the confusion and makes it clear to you again is to go back into Tawheed. This is why. They came to the Prophet and they said, describe your Lord for us. Describe him. And Allah revealed the verse, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ اللَّهُ الصَّمَدُ لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And then the Prophet ﷺ, when he said about ikhlas, إِنَّهَا تَعْدِلُ ثُلُثَ الْقُرْآنِ. It equals a third of the Quran. Because ikhlas, Allah says, وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ هُنَفَاءَ. So they have not been commanded except to worship Allah mukhlisin, in sincerity. And Ramadan, brothers and sisters, even though there's a part of Ramadan that's very social. The social part is, well, subhanAllah, we have iftar every, every night during Ramadan. And most masajid, I think, do it. And it's a very social experience. And we have THRU, and that's social to a large degree. We have i'tikaf in the masjid, that's social. But you want to make sure that you extract from the social aspect and definitely from the commercial aspect. Because they commercialize Ramadan. We know what time we're going to fast the year before. Forget about it. Even though the dates, messing with the dates like that, I disagree with it because of Laylatul Qadr. You're messing with the. I believe that we should always start the month according to the sighting, if no other reason, because of Laylatul Qadr. Because it's on an odd night. If you're off one night, you're off. So you're going to be seeking it, or if you're going to seek it, the Prophet said, to seek it during the odd nights. If you're going to seek it and your calendar's off, but nevertheless, brothers and sisters, the month is about you developing your personal relationship. So you have to do personal things. That's why people read Quran. That's why they do Qiyam al-Layl. One of the things that you can do to catch up in the month, to really get the benefit of the month, is to be up during the Laylatul Qadr, during that night. That's why the last 10 days, 10 nights, it's important for you and your family. You don't have to be up all night, but be up during the night in ibadah, worship, dhikrullah. And dhikrullah doesn't have to be the way people say it. I don't believe in letting people all the time control the aspects of worship except the salat. The Prophet already described that, and he said, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni usalli, pray in the way that you've seen me pray. But when it comes to dhikr of Allah, remembering of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, people do it different ways. She says, الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك وقنا عذاب النار. And Allah mentions different ways of dhikr. So those people who remember Allah standing up, sitting down, laying on their sides, and thinking about the creation of the heavens and the earth, because that is dhikr, saying to themselves, رَبَّنَا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا مَا خَلَقْتَ هَذَا بَاطِلًا يَا رَبِّ. Saying to themselves, oh Lord, you have not created this in vain. You know in the hadith of Bilal, he said, I went to the Prophet ﷺ one time to wake him up for Salat al-Fajr. He called it up. I found he was already up. And he was crying. So I said, Ya Rasulullah, why are you crying? And the Prophet ﷺ, he said, because the verse, إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ لَآيَاتٌ لِأُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ, verily in the creation of the heavens and the earth and the changing of the night and the day are signs to those who reflect. Because he said, that verse just was revealed to me. So how could I not cry? A person should be up in dhikr. And there's no one form of dhikr. Don't be fooled. Nobody can regulate for you your personal relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll be in the masjid here. Anybody comes to the masjid, we'll be doing prayer, we'll be doing some tahajjud, we'll be doing, some discussion about Kitabillah, Alhamdulillah. Pray in Jama'ah, Allahu Akbar. You pray munfaridan by yourself, Alhamdulillah. Some of the Sahaba say in the verse, Salamun hiya hatta matla' al-fajr, in the part of this Surah Al-Qadr, where Allah says, Salamun hiya hatta matla' al-fajr. Peace therein until the coming of the dawn. Some of the Sahaba used to say that means that the Malaika will give salams to the people in the masajid until Fajr. And this is where the tradition comes from, many Muslims. This is where our ulama have emphasized, well, okay, come to the masjid, but then people now can keep coming back and forth to the masjid every night. So what they do is they say, we're going to have Laylatul Qadr tonight. Which is, mashallah, alhamdulillah. But it's part of the commercialization. Because, we are westernized. We want everything like that. We want it delivered to us. I want my Laylatul Qadr delivered to me on my Android phone. I want my Laylatul Qadr app. My Laylatul Qadr app. Because that's just how we think. Which is mashallah, but you have to resist some of that, because nevertheless, it still comes down to ikhlas, lillahi ta'ala. Your worship still comes down to ikhlas. So even if you coming out, getting dressed on late for Laylatul Qadr night, and the big iftar the next day, all that's okay, mashallah. But you make sure that in your heart, you are seeking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In your heart, you're seeking Allah. And if there's a little bit of commercialization thrown in, mashallah, that's just added test. It's not a big deal. But make sure you're seeking Allah. And when you're seeking Allah, that's by yourself. I'm sorry, man. That's a personal thing. Between you and Allah, it's all personal. It's personal. That's why you never let anybody get into your ibadah. That's why people should question people too much about what the ibadah they doing. How many rakats you doing for Tarawih? I'm doing 8, because that's the sunnah. I'm going to do the whole 20? Ah! Look at me, I did 20. Come on, you want to avoid all that. Allah says, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمِلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. Whoever wants a good meeting with his Lord, he should do righteous deeds, and he should not associate anyone in the worship of his Lord. That's one of the challenges for American Muslims, but Muslims everywhere. Ikhlas. Because not everything, but so much of what we do, it has to be some public relations angle to it, or some political angle to it, or some financial angle to it. We can't even have these together because of the finance. It's nothing to do with anything else except every masjid uses the Eid to collect money. So if the masajid have it together, who will get the money? MashaAllah.